Beautiful beings. I have two topics I want to talk about today. The first one is about your heart, this magnetic muscle and the energy center. So the muscle itself and the energy center is twofold a Taurus. So when we're just looking at the soul that we are, not just, that is literally manifesting this physical experience in this body, in this avatar, we have this toroidal field, and it goes up and down your central channel, but we could also realize that it's also got this movement, this spiral throughout your field, your 6-foot aura and beyond. And it is an electromagnetic field. It creates a beautiful orb, and this is your aura. So the soul light that you are, the photonic light, the soul, the eternal aspect, is moving through your body in this format. And this is we call a torus. It's like a donut, right? It's got a middle, just like a donut, and it's got these outer, if you're looking down, it literally looks like a donut. And so that torus itself is electrically and magnetically aligned. And so the electric is the spirit, it is the light, it is your soul. And the magnetic is, we could also put thoughts in there for electric. And the magnetic is the feelings, okay? The things that you desire, that you're on fire about, those are literally what you came here to experience in the physical. You're here to bring down from the spiritual realm and materialize, make manifest in the physical realm things that you desire, and you utilize the feelings are what steer the light particles to show up in a certain way. And so some people, have lots of twists and turns. They've based their reality off choices made from fear, and they've misidentified things that, what they would call love with twisted up into manipulation and control. And so those things need to be cleaned up so that you truly are getting your true desires, meaning you're asking for something, but these other things happen that are subconsciously memorized from early childhood misinterpretation of what it truly was that you wanted to desire. And so when you get clear of all that, and you know who you are as an eternal soul, you know that you say I am, and everything after I am literally is. So you're very mindful with your words. You get into the heart, literally, and we're gonna go over that physical heart muscle, which is also a Taurus. So the important aspect of our electrical light body is that we really want to be able to ground this electrical energy into the magnetics, into the feeling. And so we want to pull these things that we're desiring to us into our heart. This is like we call it a 0 point, because it's like as above, so below. It's that center 0 point. And we want to also materialize it and ground it into the magnetics of the earth. So that earth core, we want to materialize it into form, into the magnetics of each of our cells. And we want to project it out in front of us into physical form and all the geometric structures we see around us. So that heart muscle, that's physical heart muscle, when they stretch it out and look at the heart muscle now, they understand that it wasn't just 4 ventricles as a muscle with 4 empty spaces, moving cerebral spinal fluid and blood through the vascular system. It literally, when you stretch it out, it's a big long torus. It's a big long spiral that wraps up into this donut shape. And so we want to understand the power of exercise, like getting physical, moving, dancing, running, walking, skipping, jogging every day. Like do something physical, vibrate your body. You can jump up and down. You can, do breath work, right? To help, like especially some rhythmic breath work of like breath of fire. And you can help get this blood pumping and this air moving, the cerebral spinal fluid moving, so that your heart muscle is working properly and it's pulling towards you, not only electrically and through your light body, but physically it's pulling everything to this middle point so that you have enough of this energy to go ahead and project out in front of you and truly be calling in from this heart love space, this authentic place of love, authenticity, meaning be yourself and truly be honest with yourself about what you desire. Because as soon as you choose you and you choose your desires and you have self-worth and self-love about it, you came here to master that. You came here to have all these things and to feel good about it. So this is your playground, okay? And you're here to give this love freely, because when you understand that all is being projected through you, by you, for you, you don't need to cling on to things too much, because it's all going to come back to you. And this is the next topic. So we want to stay balanced in this center, right? We want to be aware that we are the light. We are this moving toric field. We live lightly. We easily project things in front of us. And we want to find places that have dormant energy and we're clinging to the physical world. So this lower triangle of our Merkaba, places that are keeping us out of this center point, meaning we're off balance and we're more fixated on the gross matter, on what's the material plane, on what's in front of us, on circumstances, on outer circumstances. And we're thinking that is the most thing to focus on, when it's not. We want to focus on the heavenly state, what's behind our two eyes, our true desires. So we want to find places that are keeping us out of balance and not into this center point. And that means that you have too much energy fixated in those things I just listed, those gross matter, material plane, and in the body, fixated in the kidneys and the adrenals. And we would also say, the sexual organs. So when you have too much energy focused down there, meaning it's not coming from this trust, this love, this authenticity, it's coming from let's say it's coming from the adrenals. It's got a lot of like fight or flight happening, or a lot of power, like you're just power hungry. You've got this just cortisol firing from these adrenals, constant like go, go, go. That's your third energy center, the power center. So if you got so much energy firing there, you're missing out on getting up all this energy all the way up your spine so that you can utilize these really powerful endocrine system glands as well as the energy centers. The second one that people have a lot of energy fixated in the gross matter is consumption. And this is where we look at our kidneys. I'm also going to include the intestines in there. And so if you have a lot of energy in consumption and in the kidneys, this is a lot of time what has to do with, fear. And kidneys store a lot of fear. Intestines store a lot of like clinging on and not letting go. So this happens from, overeating. It happens from making decisions and choices based out of fear, out of survival, just kind of little me or inner child stuff that we haven't really dealt with. And then lastly is the gonads and the ovaries. If we've just been really focused on, sexual activity, like clinging to, and I'm going to also include survival in there again, then we've got all this energy that is just not getting to be used to keep us more balanced. And what it makes me think about is, those little tops that you can spin. They also have them in the Jewish culture. And you spin it, and it needs to be like literally spinning balanced equally so that it stays up. But if you've got too much energy lopsided or dense and heavy on the bottom part of this spin, like you didn't spin it right, it wobbles and spins out, right? It doesn't stay spinning. So when we're doing like our ascended breathing, meaning you inhale up your spine and you're holding your breath to the top of your head, and then you take a second breath in and squeeze your root, right? Your perineum muscles, your vaginal muscles. You squeeze your belly button in and your lower rib cage. You're literally squeezing out like sponges any pent up dormant energy in these organs so that you can give more power up to these higher organs of your thymus, your thyroid, your thalamus, your pituitary, and pineal gland, so that you can have more power to project the reality you're desiring, okay? So the second part of where I'm finding people have really been wrapping their energy outside of themselves into outer circumstances and making that be more true than actually what's going on behind your two eyes in your meditation state, as well as in your highest destiny, highest probability life, is when you are wrapping your energy in the geometry structures that we see around us. And the main one I'm going to speak to is the cube or the square. When you're looking at a 2D on the side of a cube, you would just see a square or even a rectangle we could add into there. So there's so many structures outside of us, houses, rooms that you're in, paperwork, phones, TVs. When you don't realize that your root energy center, literally in the sacred geometry world, the way it's vibrating, it creates a cube. Just like if you take sand on a sonic plate, you're going to see that sand shake out and it's going to show you a sacred geometry. Same thing goes with this root. So this materializing realm literally creates squares all around you. So if you don't know that, and you look around you and you're basing your future, your now, you're blissed out now, or you want to be blissed out, and you're wanting to manifest something that in your near future, but yet you've got so much energy wrapped up into these cubes and these squares, you want to call your energy back. Like houses you've lived in 20 years ago, you don't need to have your energy all wrapped up, quantum entangled, and stored out there. So call all your energy back from any outdated cubes, rectangles, squares that no longer needs your energy, because where your energy is quantum entangled and wrapped up subconsciously is keeping you from having more of that energy be right here, right now. We want you to embody the best light show ever. We want you to embody 100% of your light now. So you could ask yourself, how much light am I embodying right now? 89%. How much energy is stored out in cubes unnecessarily? 19%. So I'm going to call back 19% of my energy. Good. And how much light am I embodying now? 94%. Okay. I could also then go up the central channel and look at the other sacred geometries. We've got the second one, which is the icosahedron, creates this 20-sided geometry, and if we're looking at just one side of it, it's like a upside down triangle, and we go kind of all the way up the ladder. The third energy center, the sacred geometry, is a tetrahedron. The fourth is an octahedron. The fifth is a dodecahedron. And the sixth is, some would say, the sphere. And the seventh, some would say, the pure void. So if you don't realize that you may have literally projected reality, but you forgot and you left your energy there, you can call that energy back from these geometries so that you are now where you put your focus when your eyes are closed, and then when your eyes are open, you can have more energy to literally stack up light particles and create the reality you want. A lot of times you see signs and sigils, corporations use sigils, they use in their signs sacred geometries because they know this magic, that where we see a sacred geometry, our being, because we are sacred geometry, likes to see, precise geometric shapes, and then we easily wrap our energy into that. So that's a topic for another time. We send you so much love on this magical day, and let's just complete on one last exercise, because you are this amazing light being that has amazing feelings. You are authentic. You know who you are, why you came. I want you to draw all your energy down your spine. I want you to smile, and as you're smiling, you're drawing all this 100% energy to you. I want you to expand your electromagnetic field, because you know who you are. You know that you are drawing the energy to you, but you also are really stabilizing and accentuating your electromagnetic field at large, that big torus. And then I want you to think about something you want to magnetize to you. And so by knowing who you are and what you're calling in, all you need to do is say present, be grounded, be loving, and be lifted, and it's coming to you now. Good. See it, smile, put your hand on your thymus if it feels good. Take 3 deep breaths, giving gratitude. Thank you, and so it is. Until next time.